Hey y'all, it's Esther. I know it ain't Tuesday, but we still going live and we're gonna talk about it. So today, for those of you who know, the 7 people who actually was watching the live on Instagram know that we have some technical difficulties. So we're actually using Zoom, which is like a webinar type thing, right? So this, once you see it, it is pre-recorded. So, you really can't interact with me like that. You can comment, but I'm not going to be able to respond like that. But it's okay because for our next webinars, you can. And we can have a chat room, all that stuff, boom, boom, boom. It's going to be great. So just look out for those links in the future, and we'll help y'all with that so you can help us. It's great.
So exciting.
So, yes. So, like, y'all already know, I got my girl Mo with me.
Hey.
Yeah, here to talk about her podcast called The Warrior Rulebook. And we're going to be discussing her latest episodes, number 9 and 10. Number 9 having to do with time management, and number 10 about your post partner. So, you know, we just trying to keep it, what the word I want to say? I was going to say low, but that's not the word. Short and sweet. There we go. Yes. Short and sweet. Just give a little overview. Don't want to give you too much because we still want you to go listen to her podcast, write a review, like it, smash it up, promote it on your social media accounts, whatever. Just take that information, use it for your benefit, help other people. Warrior. Yes. Okay. We're talking about Mo's latest episodes. Time management, episode number 9. Post partner, episode number 10. We're just gonna dive in there, do a little short and sweet type of overview. Don't want to give you too much information because we do want you to, go over there, listen to it, get some info for you, yourself, anybody, share it. Share it on your social media, share it, one-on-one with a person. Anything like that helps. And while listening to your time management thing with your duo, with your partner, it was cute. I was thinking about when she was talking about mapping out your day as far as like a time management strategy, whether it worked or not. I was like, you know what? I actually have several times tried to map out my day like by the minute, including bathroom breaks and stuff. I was being mad extra with that schedule.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I know. Oh my, because I'm a very busy person. And like each day is different. Like it's not the same thing every day. Like my schedule is all over the place. Working, you know, figuring out work life schedule, school schedule, commuting schedule, all that stuff. Packing into one is crazy. But when I try to do that, I'm like, this not gonna work because anything and everything happens throughout the day that was totally unplanned.
Right.
And it throws it all away. It's like I really spent a whole hour penciling everything in for the schedule for it to not work.
Oh, I can tell that's a little frustrating.
Yeah. But have you tried any types of things to help with time management?
So definitely I would say writing it down is a good thing to do. So you've already done that. So another thing that you want to do is not to multitask. So right. So like we were talking about that in the episode, like where you'll start one thing and then you'll start another thing. I also like struggle with this. Because I feel like, oh, if I hurry up and finish this like second thing that I started on, then I can get back to the first thing. But it's like you started the first thing for a reason, so it's like that task should be done first. And so what you can try to do is the Pomodoro effect that Beth was talking about, where you focus on one task for 25 minutes, take a break, and then go back to it. And I believe then you rest for 15 more minutes or something like that. So that way, like, your brain is having time to refresh on like what you need to do and refocus. Because like me, I get distracted like easily. Like I'll be doing one thing and yeah, I'll be doing one thing and then like something else will come up. I'm like, oh, I'm like rolling on the second thing. I'm like, I completely forgot that like I started on that first thing. And so what I would say to do is maybe even use a timer. I do know some of my friends do that. Like they'll be doing one task and they'll set a timer. So like that way when the timer goes off, they're like, oh, I'll have to do something else. But me, I don't really set a time to do anything. I just know that I need to have like, let's say 4 things done. And so I'll just work on all 4 of them. Like I'll try to do it like in order. I'll be like, okay, I devoted some time to this, take a break, devote some time to this, finish it, devote time to this, and take a break. So that's kind of how I complete tasks.
And that's pretty good. And about that multitasking thing. Multitasking is me. I am multitasking. Like I do that all the time. So like when they're like, oh no, that's not good, I'm like I don't even know how to function without multitasking. Sometimes I really don't. Like it's really hard for me just to focus on one particular thing because my mind just be going all over the place about what I gotta do, what I need to do, what I can be doing, like when I can be doing 2 things at once in the same amount of time frame that takes me to do one thing. Like I have issues like with the multitasking thing. I mean, I always thought of multitasking as like my strong suit, like as like a positive characteristic for myself. But I mean, it can hinder a person when it comes to time management. I can see that.
Even I identify with that too. Like I always thought that, it was cool that I was doing all these different things and like being able to say I can do like a lot of things at once. But what really ends up happening is you don't focus on each specific thing. You're kind of looking at everything from a big picture. And so like you miss little important details that you could have like finished something sooner, or you just may have missed something, period. And that's not really a good thing to do, like when you're trying to complete the task. And so that actually ends up leading to burnout because you're like running around with like your head cut off like a chicken and you don't end up finishing anything. So it's just best to just get the one task done and then go to the other, because at least you know that you completed it efficiently.
Yeah, that's true. That's most definitely true. I just gotta take heed to that, honestly. Telling y'all to apply, and I need to apply it to myself. Also, like procrastination. Like I don't know about every other person, but especially when it comes to college, procrastination is like the number one thing that I feel like a lot of us young people struggle with. Mm-hmm. And that has a lot to do with time management as well, because of the fact that throughout the whole process, because teachers give you, most of the time, they give you 3 to 4 days to complete an assignment or a week. So if you were like to split up that assignment to do a part of it each day, you wouldn't necessarily have to put that much work into it each day. And then by the time it's due, you already have it all done. And it would feel like, oh, it feels good, because you did it step by step throughout the week to get it done. But for us, when we procrastinate, like you have said it yourself, that you feel like once that deadline is like coming and it's approaching, like you feel like that's when your best work gets done. And I feel like I'm the same way. But like, it's like, how do we like train ourselves not to procrastinate and to use our time effectively and wisely?
Well, I would say like list out all the steps that you need to do, and you can like assign days or like time to it. So like I know, for example, when I first started learning like how to produce news packages for the news, our professor had us be like, okay, these 2 days are going to be the days that you're just shooting. You're not editing, you're just shooting video of what you're doing. And then like we kind of went out with like a list of what we could pick up, but we also knew that we shouldn't really plan out the story, because like a story can like change, or a story can take on a different perspective. So like as long as we knew to record like what was the main thing happening, then like we were fine. So like for example, we are one of our student centers is called Perkins. So they have this thing called Perkins Live, like where they'll have like concerts and like free game shows and stuff like that. And so like we might go thinking the story is going to be like, oh, the students had a great time at this, blah, blah, blah. But then when we get there, like no one's there. Like it's because like no one decided to show up to Perkins Live. So that becomes the story. So that's, she like kind of had us like go like with a set in mind of what we wanted to capture, but she also made us aware that like anything could happen. And so after that, then like a few days later, then we would just have days set for just editing or putting the video like together. So we didn't put the whole we didn't put like the whole thing together like in one day. Like we knew that we should like kind of like space it out so we don't get overwhelmed. And so like when you write down like your plan for doing something, you get it done. Another example would be like when we planned Friendsgiving, we didn't say like, you know, the whole day. Like we just like said who was going to bring what food, what was going to happen, the whole schedule. We know we took, you know, a few months to like go through that and see like, okay, what are the different parts needed? Oh, we need to get a space and rent that for a little bit. Oh, we need to like, you know, see what ingredients we're going to get, or see like if anyone else is coming. So like I think when you write down like the individual steps, you can visually see, okay, this is how many steps I really need to take. I don't need to just like sit there and do everything all in one sitting. Even when it comes to writing essays, like you have to outline it first, and then you know, structure your paragraphs, get a thesis going, and then put it together. So that when you do it like that, you might be more inclined to completing something. Because I also know like there were a lot of assignments that I just did not want to do. And when it was crunch time and I started doing it, I was like, bruh, I could have did this like a week ago. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Right. Like I got this case analysis due at 9:00 in the morning. I haven't started it yet.
Are you talking to me?
but I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. We're gonna do it.
Oh,
oh my God. Yes, pray for your sis. Anyway, so yes, time management. Also, like once we master time management, that's like an actual skill that you can put on your resume, because a lot of people think they have time management skills, but they really don't. Mm-hmm. And once you have developed those time management skills, it actually might help you in the future, especially on your job. Like if you have a job that's like really like, you know, time constraint and you got deadlines you gotta meet like all the time, and you got several projects doing simultaneously, it's really important to have those skills. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That being said, y'all should listen to the whole time management podcast, episode number 9. So y'all know that right now, you know, Anchor, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Google Play, right, and Spotify.
Okay, we named all of them. Okay. Don't forget Stitcher if you guys listen on Stitcher.
Oh, and that too. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about episode number 10, Post Partner. You know, I was actually, when I heard this, like when you posted your post like on Instagram, not about the episode, but like your actual post about like who's your post partner and shout out. I was like, first of all, I was like, post partner. I ain't never heard that. I was like, that's cute. I was like, dang. But yeah, y'all don't know my post partner is my best friend, but
Still don't see or know. We just know it's her best friend.
yeah, it's my best friend. Cause I don't want nobody to see my best friend trying to make them their post partner. So, keep them not locked up in a secret box. Anyway,
All
but
right.
yeah, so how did you come up with the term post partner? Did you make it up or did you hear it from somewhere else?
Oh, I definitely made it up. That was my creation. That's my baby. So nobody better take.
Oh, heard you.
Nobody better take my post partner terminology. No, but like,
Get that copyrighted.
yeah, I know. Because like what happened was, and the truth of it is I actually have more than one post partner, but that episode was based off of Destiny. Because like we were like regularly checking in with each other and like it made sense. And so before that, I have a team of like business people that I work with that I do business with. And so we knew that like we had to check in on each other, and it was like no activity was happening for a little bit. And so I was like, wow, that's like a pulse. Like we need to check and see like, if our activity is going to get alive again. So like that was kind of where I got it from, because I was like, I just came back in like with that motivation, like, okay, this was a slow week. We can get right back into it. And pretty much just encouraging them like with actionable steps, not just say, oh, we can do this, guys, because like that's toxic positivity, which is going to become another episode that I need to talk about, because toxic positivity is like pretty much saying like vague claims without any like seeing like any value or actionable steps that you can take. So like you want everything that you say to have meaning. So that is why it's just important just to like apply it to the situation and make sure like that you're giving like concrete advice. And so yeah, like we were just pretty much checking on each other, motivating each other, and then we kept going. And then the more that I started, thinking about it, I was like, wow, like we're really checking on each other to see like if each other's okay. And like just like I think the ambulance people, like they check for a pulse, like if somebody looks like they're dying, like, and so like they still help each other out. So I really enjoyed that term, and I'm glad that I came up with it.
Yeah. Shoot, whenever cause sometimes like on Instagram, whatever. Sometimes in my life, things be happening. Esther ain't always bubbly and fubbly, but things do happen. So like, it'd be like there'd be a conversation that me and my bestie have, or we're texting. It's like, dang, I'm glad I had you. And then like I'll like screenshot the text messages, and if and when that happens, I will definitely be using your hashtag post partner and put like a MH at the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah, Mo said it first. Yeah, I like that. That was really cool. Also how when you were saying that with you and your post partner, you guys do like your natural high, your spiritual high, and I was like, like a lot of I don't want to say a lot, but like for my one organization that I'm a part of, NABA, National Association of Black Accountants, when we start our meetings, we always go around and do highs and lows. So it's basically, what's your high for the day or the week? What's your low for the week? How things going? Because then it's like a little opener, and it's more like intimate and like personal to get to know people around you. And that's saying it's like a low key like an icebreaker, because we low key, like at the end of the day, we kind of like all going through the same things. And it's like, oh, if you have a problem with this, I can help you. So it's also like opening a way to like get help from people who actually have the resources to help you. But yeah, I actually like that. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna start using it on my bestie, my post partner.
that we still don't know who it is.
But yeah, so is there anything else you wanted to say about postpartum? I mean, you basically said it all in the episode.
Yeah, I mean, like my main part about that one was kind of like, make sure that you both are equally checking on each other because we have like people that in certain situations like they're stronger than us, and so we forget that like they also need help sometimes too, or they also need a listening ear. I mean, I'm not saying like put yourself in their business or anything like that, but like just check on them, make sure like you're being nice and hospitable to them too. Mm-hmm. That's really all I have to say about that.
Well, for our viewers, basically what we want to know from both episodes number 9 and number 10. For number 9, whether you've listened to the episode or not, what time management issues have you had or do you have, and what kind of solutions do you have to help with time management things? So if you can share anything, that has not already been said, that would be great. We always like to know, food for brain, food for thought. It's great. Also for episode number 10, if you feel comfortable, shout out your post partner, tag Monique, whether it be on IG, Facebook, whatever. Let us know. Comment in the Warrior Rulebook Facebook page. Comment on Instagram, post by Monique, and read stuff, people. Please. That is so nice. Because likes are cool, but comments, it's like the main thing. It's like, okay, I know my people get me.
Right. Comments
let Mo know.
Right.
Yes, let Mo know that you get her and you understand that this stuff is relatable. Because it helps. I mean, and if it's a negative thing too, let her know. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it for me and us. Anything else you want to say?
No. Waiting for you to do the ending.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mo, for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
And guys, like I said before, look out for the Zoom link that will be broadcasting later on, for future webinars and stuff, so y'all can join in. And so we don't have no technical difficulties. Instagram, get it together. All right. Basically. All right. Peace out.